Good morning all. I am Hanida Hanif, second semester MTech Structural Engineering and Construction Management, Department of Civil Engineering, SNIT Adur. Today I am here to present about my topic Project Identification, Preliminary Analysis, Pre-Feasibility Report and its clearances. What is project identification? It is a process of collection, compilation and analysis of data to locate potential opportunities for starting business and development of such opportunities. Basically, project identification is the initial phase of the project development cycle. It begins with the conceiving of ideas or intention to set up a project. These ideas are then transformed into project. The importance of project identification, it has a long-term consequences. It involves commitment which cannot be easily reversed. Ideas are put in action. Projects are catalytic agents for economic development. It involves use of resources, that is manpower, capital, raw materials, generate value addition and build up national capital, bring socio-cultural development, leads to development of infrastructure and environmental. Project identification involves objective, strength, opportunity, weakness, threat, alternative project possibilities. The basic objectives of project identification is to increase profit, to increase threat to losses, to become more competitive, to provide help after disaster, to train people in new area. And the strength involves foreign collaboration, industrial contacts, financial position, experience and expertise, etc. The weakness involves unfamiliarity with new technology and could be a major weakness. The lack of experience, lack of trained person in particular area, new and unfamiliar technologies, inability to raise huge investment, lack of experience, lack of trained personnel, etc. The basic opportunities can be the emergence of new technology, new products with new market, new processes with better features, special financing schemes, government and other incentives. The threats involve poor state of economy, outdated technology. Competitors could be the one of the big threat to the business. The alternate project possibilities involve brainstorming. It is a good means to achieve the kind of innovation and to generate new project ideas. A good means to generate new product ideas. The list of ideas subjected to screening and evaluation subsequently. The basic approaches to project identification are top-down approaches and bottom-up approaches. Top-down approaches, projects are identified based on the demand from the beyond the community. Bottom-up approach, in this approach, community or beneficiaries are encouraged to identify and plan the project themselves with or without outsiders. The advantages and limitations of top-down approaches, it may rapid respond to disasters like floods, war, outbreak because there is a limited time and chance to consult the beneficiaries. It can be effective in providing important services like education, health, water, roads, etc. It can be contribute to wider national or international objectives and goals and therefore potentially be part of wider benefits. Limitation, it does not help in modifying strongly established ideas and beliefs of people. It assumes externally individuals know better than beneficiaries of service. It involves community have little say in planning process, rendering approach devoid of human resource development. The basic advantages and limitations of bottom-up approach. Interveners accomplish more with limited resources since people tend to safeguard what they have provided for themselves, and it develops people's capacity to identify problems and needs and say to possible solution to them. It also provides opportunities of educating people as people who work as a team and develop as a we attitude make project progressive and sustainable. Not the basic limitations are not always effective for projects that require urgency to implement, time consuming and require patience and tolerance. People sometimes dislike approach because they do not want to take responsibility for action. The agency using this approach is never in control and cannot guarantee the result it would want. The preliminary analysis. The preliminary analysis is defined as the initial processes at the start of a project that determines whether the concept is viable. It looks at economic, market, industry and social trends that influence success of a business endeavors associated with a proposed strategy. It involves technical and financial feasibility study. That is UNIDO, division of project life cycle stages involve pre-investment phase, investment phase and operational phase. Pre-investment phase consisting project ideas, pre-feasibility study, techno-economic feasibility study, evaluation report, etc. Then next is investment phase. It involves negotiation and contracting stage, project design stage, construction stage, startup stage. The operational phase consisting long-term views and short-term views. Next is Government of India practices, that is project scrutiny stage. Pre-feasibility study, techno-economic feasibility study, detailed project report or detailed cost estimate. Major construction project activities involving analyzing social, financial, economic and technical cost benefits and feasibility, financial arrangement, engineering design, obtaining various clearance and approval, procurement, contracting and construction, commissioning and stabilizing the operation and maintenance. Then pre-feasibility report and its clearances. Basically, pre-feasibility report is a document shows the preliminary sanction or first stage clearance by the government or board of directors of the enterprise for further feasibility study of a project. The basic information involved in feasibility report. First one is project background and description. It involves enterprise name, profile, experience and performance, project description, cost of study. Next is market demand and plan capacity. It involves demand pattern, size, sale forecast, marketing plan, production program, etc. Materials and inputs involving raw and processed material, power, water, transport and other utilities. Then location and size. It involves alternate locations, description, cost of land with developments. Then project engineering and investment cost. It involves preliminary assessment of the scope of the project, process of technology and equipment cost, civil engineering works. Then plan, organization and overheads. It involves the layout, name, profile and experience of consultant, estimated overheads. The next is manpower. Manpower involves requirements, annual salaries and wages, labor, housing plan and estimated cost. Next is implementation schedule. It includes proposed time schedule, cost budget, matching implementation program. Financial and economic evaluation includes total investment cost or operating cost, financial arrangement, national economic evaluation. The status of clearance is clearance from Pollution Control Board, IAA clearances, Railway Ministry clearance, EB clearance, Chief Control of Explosive clearance, Chief Conservator of Forest clearance, State Industry Department clearance. The pre-feasibility report clearances, project cost up to 20 crores record clearance by Administrative Ministry and project cost more than rupees 20 crores record CPRB clearances. Project proposals of Railways, Defence, Atomic Energy, Space and Department of Electronics clearances by Administrative Ministry concerned regardless of values. Preliminary expenditure involved in feasibility stages includes market survey, survey and preparation of plan, infrastructure, site investigation, land acquisition, process or technology acquisition, preparation of techno-economic feasibility report, searching for sources and suppliers, consultant fees up to detailed project report.